time has come. For 300 years, we prepared, we grew stronger, while you rested in your cradle of power.
Okay, so there's been this really weird thing going on with Little Women. I did a video on this the other day because New York Times and some people on Twitter and a few other outlets are saying, oh, I don't understand why men aren't going to see Little Women. It's really strange. It's not just this movie. It's been other movies as well, that are kind of not geared towards dudes or geared towards ladies. And I really don't see a problem with that. In fact, I think that's probably marketing 101, is you want to take a product and you want to push for a certain demographic, right? I mean, that's the goal. It would cost a lot of money to try to market something for people that really aren't interested in your product, right? I think that's a pretty fair thing to say. Now, sometimes I'm sure, something naturally appeals to everybody. Great. But something like Little Women probably is best suited. You're probably going to be best suited to put all of your marketing money in one basket, and that's towards the ladies. Now, what's really funny is when I responded to that New York Times article in my last video, a lot of the people in the comments were saying, I didn't even know this existed. They'd never seen any ads. That makes me wonder if the marketing's just not there. Also, in 1994, there was another version of this movie. So this is a remake of a remake. I think it's been made like 3 times now. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's also a really old book, big award winner, very popular novel. Never read it, never saw any of the movies, don't really care to. But apparently, because I don't want to see this movie, that's a massive problem. Now, we have a psychologist here that's going to weigh in, and he actually makes some really good points. When I opened this article up and read it, I really thought that he was going to bash on me, and he didn't. He actually agreed with a lot of the stuff that I said, so let's go through it. But first, a word from our sponsor. All right, guys, I want to take a minute to talk about the sponsor of this video, Ridge Wallet. So this is their carbon fiber wallet. I've had it for a couple of weeks, and I absolutely love it. So I've only ever taken one sponsor on the channel, and that is Ridge. I've had a bunch of offers, but I want to make sure, I like the company and I like their product. And I got to say, after using this wallet for a while, I love it. So it's about the size of a credit card, and you can actually fit a lot in here. So how it works is pretty cool. You just open it up right there. You can also push stuff out on the side right there. And let me show you what it looks like filled. And just like that, I've got a full-on wallet. So this is really cool because it just fits in your front pocket. You barely notice it's there. You can still carry cash. I've been able to fit about $200 in cash here, which has been pretty nice. I don't really like sitting on a wallet. I did it for years. And what was nice about this, it was really easy transition. You just throw it in your front pocket and you're good to go. So if you go to their website, you can see the products for yourself and check them out, kind of shop around. They got a lot of stuff. They got bags. I also have their backpack, which is really nice. It's weatherproof and such, and it looks really nice. Now the wallets, though, that's their big seller. If you want to check those out, you got aluminum, titanium, carbon fiber. All of them look good. My favorite is the carbon fiber version. That's why I got that one. I'm just a fan of the way carbon fiber looks, which is why I grabbed it. Big car guy and stuff. I like how it looks. So, go check out their website. Just check it out for yourself. All right, they've got over 30,000 reviews. Majority of them are 5-star. They don't delete bad reviews. They're an honest company. I think they're worth checking out. They support channels like myself and other channels that you might know. They support them as well. Obviously, they stand for free speech. You don't see a lot of channels get sponsorships like this, and it's nice to see a company back a channel like mine. And it made me want to check out their product. I had the wallet before I even had a sponsorship from them. So it's really good company. And if I didn't think they had a good product, I wouldn't try to promote it on the channel. So give them a check out. Check out the link in the description. You can go to that link and you can get a code that's Flash, and that Flash code will get you 10% off. Okay, so this is the article itself. It comes from Psychology Today. So you got a professor here, Christopher Ferguson. He's a sitting professor at a college, and he does media research. So he seems to kind of know what he's talking about. He spends a lot of time looking at video games, movies, etc., etc. So it's a funny article because I think this guy has a little bit more authority than, some of these jackasses at a lot of these media outlets that, a lot of us laugh at all the time. I'd say he has a little bit more authority than them when it comes to subjects like this. So the first part of the article is talking about what's going on, about, is it a big deal that these guys aren't going to see the movies? And he talks about he took his son to see it. And he says, well, his son didn't like it. His son kind of gave it a 2.5. He says he liked it. He gave it a 4 out of 5. His son gave it a 2.5 out of 5. So he doesn't have a problem with that, though. He says his son's reaction is probably characteristic of the film's problems, if they can even be called that. There's nothing wrong with the movie. It just doesn't have the kind of story that typically appeals to men, young men in particular. This shouldn't come as a surprise, and I doubt even the film's marketers were amazed by this. Among the trailers, there wasn't even a single trailer for an action or horror film. Movie marketers have always known films tend to appeal to quadrants of viewers. There are 4 basic demographics of these: female under 25, female over 25, male under 25, male over 25. Some films manage to nail all 4, most do not. And I think that's a fair point. And it's a really good point he brought up about the trailers. So, when you go see a film like this, they're not going to advertise Rise of Skywalker. I think it's a fair thing to say most people sitting in the theater for Little Women probably aren't, looking for a Rise of Skywalker trailer. They're looking for something a little bit more, This is a good way to, if you have a film that you want to, appeal to women, you would want to show a trailer like that during it. I think it makes sense, That's basic marketing. And that's something that these people that always complain about, dudes not wanting to go see these movies or a topic of similar nature, don't understand. They don't understand marketing. It makes more sense to make this movie appeal to female under 25, female over 25. I would say it's a safe bet that Little Women is meant to apply to female over 25, with some assurance that you're going to grab some of the under 25 as well, and that the men aren't really interested. Now, I'm sure some are going to go for sure. I would probably think it's a very safe bet that men did go see it. Also, I think it's a fair point that the men that would be interested in this movie are going to see it anyway. You don't need to market to those men. You've already got them. You can use the same marketing you would use towards grabbing your female audience. Those guys are going to go see the movie regardless. So he goes on to say that gender influences the appeal of certain narratives isn't remotely controversial. He must not spend much time on Twitter. Some movies are marketed towards men more than women. Think movies where stuff blows up a lot, whereas others are marketed more towards women, which can be a whole range of stuff, though one imagines things blow up less. There are likely long-standing evolutionary reasons for this. Males as hunters and warriors evolved on average to find stories with adventure, violence, and good versus evil to resonate. Women evolutionary were less involved in hunting or warfare, and on average may gravitate more toward narratives with deeper social connections, such as Little Women. Better be careful, man. Your university might not like you talking like this. I'm just saying. So he goes on to say, defenders of Little Women who lament poor male attendance are wrong to suggest men are disinclined towards women's stories. Men just like narratives about women who blow stuff up. I thought that was pretty funny. And a very good point, actually. Examine, for instance, the phenomenal success of the 2017 Wonder Woman, despite it being tied to otherwise a dismissal DC franchise. I think that's a really good point, too. Wonder Woman is not the most popular DC comic book. I mean, it does okay, but it's not their top seller. I think it does okay, like 30-ish, 40,000. It's not a flying off the shelves book, right? But Wonder Woman, the movie, did a lot of money. It made, I think I showed this in my video, about $800 million. Okay, I would say it's a safe bet that mostly men went and watched Wonder Woman. And it really does kind of debunk a lot of the garbage that people say about guys, in movies and, oh, they don't want to see women, strong women. I would say Wonder Woman's a pretty damn strong woman. And men showed up to see it, and he even says, liked it, because they did. I like Wonder Woman. It's a damn good comic book movie, in my opinion. Anyway, men and women both lined up to see it, and though I don't follow Screen Awards closely, my impression is that the film was mostly ignored by big screen awards despite all the teeth gnashing over women's films. There are other excellent examples of women characters leading men's films, from Captain Marvel to Rey in Star Wars, or even slashers like Happy Death Day. I'm skeptical at the idea that men don't want to watch women in film. It's that more men on average are reluctant to watch anybody, men or women, talk a lot without things blowing up. Now, I resent that. I've watched plenty of Quentin Tarantino movies, and there's a lot of talking. I'm kidding. But, I've watched a lot of movies that, there's a lot of talking. And he goes on to say, yes, I understand that I'm, painting broad strokes, but I really don't think that it's an issue that men don't want to go see the billionth iteration of Little Women. I thought that was really funny. So to be fair, I'll read the bottom part of his article here where he says, it is a concern if, people voting for film awards are, they're overrepresented by men and they don't give it awards because there weren't a lot of women there. That could be a concern, I guess. I don't know what the answer to that question is, if men that given awards aren't going to like this because it's a chick flick, how do you fairly award the movie, I guess? I don't have the answer to that question. The question I had was, are these people crazy for saying that? And it seemed, well, he doesn't agree that they're crazy. He does agree that it's stupid to say that it's a problem for men to not want to see this movie. So I enjoyed that article. It was nice to have somebody with a little bit of, authority weigh in on the subject. He doesn't think it's a problem, and I don't think it's a problem either. But of course, when it comes to Twitter, everything is a problem. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Fun video, fun article. I hope you guys had fun. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think about this whole Little Women controversy? What do you think about this expectation that people are even supposed to go see a movie? Why is it an expectation and a requirement that people go see a movie? That's not how things work. It's voluntary. I had the choice to see and pay for whatever I want to see, and I should be able to do so without being some kind of istophobe. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Give me your thoughts. What do you think about all of this? Give me your likes and comments, please. Those help the video in the algorithm, so please consider giving it some interaction. Also, share the video. That would be a big help as well. Make sure you're still subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that, and subscribe if you're new.